Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about this. This is Prase Opal. So this is a natural stone from Tanzania. I don't know if I've pronounced that correctly or not. But this comes from a mine that produces a lot of chrysoprase, if you're British, or chrysoprase, I think the American variant is, or how they say it anyway. A small amount in that mine is Prase Opal, and this is a great example of it. It's not quite perfectly gemmed because you can see here there's a few inclusions in there and a few minor little inconsistencies, which means it's not really going to be a great cab for anything other than being a specimen, though I do find it very interesting and I do love inclusions when they produce something of interest. So both look really similar. They're both this very green, apple green kind of colour, slightly blue-green under certain lighting, but they can easily be told apart, either really sciencey with Raman spectroscopy, but I won't get into that, or even simpler, just a couple physical properties. The refractive index of this is about 1.455, whereas the chrysoprase is a little bit higher than that at about 1.55. Specific gravity of this is about 2.1-ish, give or take, and for chrysoprase it's more like 2.6-ish. So you can tell them apart pretty quickly and easily without doing too much science. It is a common opal, so if we get it out here, you can see that it's a common opal. There's no real colour play. It's got a nice colour, that's for sure, but there's no flashes of any kind of red or fire or anything like that. So it is just a common opal. What you see is what you get. Directionality, not a thing. It's very similar to most other opals, so the hardness is still about the same, 5 to 6.5. It's fairly brittle in terms of opals, so I am a little bit concerned whenever I see all these kind of cracks. This one's fairly solid, but they can be pretty brittle. I haven't tried cutting a lot of it myself. I have played a little bit, but not a lot, and I have noticed that it is a little brittle. So the green colour is from trace nickel, basically, so it's pretty common for common opal to have a colour depending on the significant trace metal. And there's a great paper on all of this if you want more information, published by the Gem Institute of America in their Gems and Gemology, volume 45, number 4, page 271 to 279. It's called Chrysoprase and Prase Opal from Henedi, Central Tanzania. So it's a great read. Even if you're not really into the science, it does talk about the opal and it explains a lot of it really well, so you can understand it even if you don't have a PhD in science. So it's quite good. So I recommend checking it out. I bought this from Opal Auctions, so that's where I like to source a lot of my international opal when I can't find a seller online. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful apple green, maybe slightly bluish, and yeah, it's got some beautiful imperfections in it, and yeah, not very expensive because it's just that specimen style piece. You can get gem quality stuff where it's just this beautiful green all the way through, none of these inclusions here or any of the crack like features. You can see them coming through here. So I am fairly careful. This hasn't had any treatment or anything, so this is just raw natural opal. No dyes, nothing. It looks dyed, but it's not. There are some wild Tanzanian opals out there though, and some of them are dyed, but many of them aren't, and Tanzania actually has some incredible looking pieces. It's all fairly common opal, so not your typical Aussie or Ethiopian or Indonesian colour play style opal, but they just come in wild colours, beautiful colours. I can flash up a few examples here, and you can see it is quite wild. That's all from Opal Auctions. So definitely a part of the world I would actually be very interested in visiting just for its opal. I'm not a fan of travel. I actually hate travelling in general, even domestically. But when all this illness, all this COVID stuff blows over, you know what? I would really like to tour the world and have a have a good hands-on experience and see in person a lot of these kind of operations, how it's mined differently across different places. It's all just very fascinating to me. I love other cultures and experiencing that side of things. It's the only good part about travel. I wish I could do it sitting at home, but you can't get that full-on experience, which is what I'm after. Experience is everything. But yeah, thought we'd just have a quick look at a unusual bit of opal. And if you haven't seen it before, definitely check it out if you're interested. It's quite cheap to get quality like this. So if you do just want to add a piece to the collection or whatnot, by all means hit up Opal Auctions and have a look. That's where I got this beautiful piece. And yeah, you too can acquire something like this for your collection. Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, quick little profile on Prase Opal from Tanzania. Haven't done one for a while, and this one's been sitting around really wanting some time on camera, so here you go. And I will see you in the next video, where I'll most likely be carving a piece of boulder if all goes to plan. So I'll see you then.